And bring out your girlfriends, girl hopping up about a Pearl 6, Louis speed bag.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
And now they face a 2nd and 6 after the penalty.
21. Hey, got it. Wait. 25, let's go.
Now Ryan on second down. Escaping the pressure right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck roll that they can fall back on anymore.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He's got Sanu. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
Hey, let's go.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From midfield now, here's Ryan. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And despite the good footwork, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Hey, let's go.
From the gun, it's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know that's their first connection in this game, but you and I both know that Julio Jones is without a doubt his quarterback's favorite target.
Oh, yeah, Matt Ryan loves this guy, and who wouldn't?
Yeah, and the reason that he's that is because of his dependability. And quarterbacks have to have that from their receivers, meaning they know where they're going to be when they're running certain routes. They don't break them on them. They don't change them up and do their own freelance stuff and put their quarterbacks in bad situations. Matt Ryan has ultimate trust in Julio Jones.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, and the lone man in the backfield is Freeman. He's going to get it running right. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, Is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So that's going to move them half the distance.
First of all, you can't jump in this situation, but think about your play calling now. Could easily change what you want to do and maybe make things a little bit easier.
On 3rd and goal, Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan in there to drop him for a loss of 10, and it'll be 4th and long. And Bryant's kick is good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Got it.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. He's going to air one out. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Flushed out right. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Go. 20.
On 2nd down, Ryan. Over the middle, complete. It's Freeman. Touchdown, Falcons! Devontae Freeman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well-organized, well-coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't dribble.
And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They're starting to put some space here. You know, the first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. To throw is Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. They knew they had the free play after the penalty. They get great yardage so they can decline that penalty.
And one of the things we've seen develop more and more in recent years are teams seeing that penalty occur and still taking the big shot downfield and hoping to gain the yardage as we just saw there. They practice it, they work on it, and this time they're successful.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. The left side completion to Jones. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run.
22!
3rd and 2, now Ryan. Flush to his right. And that'll be hauled in by the tight end. It's Hooper for the Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first two drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And that is incomplete here.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Got it.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now Breeze on 3rd down. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Vic Beasley with a big-time sack on 3rd down, and it'll be a loss of 7. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Pulled in at the 24. An NFL update there in the second quarter in Baltimore. The Broncos, they're continuing to pour it on. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. And he will find Ridley on the left side. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 45 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
54, son. 21. Hey, Tuesday. Gun. Ready to go.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on 1st down. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Alex Okafor in there to get him for a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
12.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Freeman. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the rout is on here in this first half. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Breeze now. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Brooks Reed able to get him for a loss of about 3. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. On 2nd down, here's Breeze. Now he'll let it go deep right side. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the safety here, Ron Parker. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ryan. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So after the INT, it's Breeze. And this is a catch by Ted Ginn. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
95-56. Ready. This is ready.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The Saints on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
21. Got it.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. That's complete to Meredith. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And Lutz's kick is good. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. They start the second half with Kamara. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 39. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Alvin Kamara really settling into the league in his second season. And, of course, he came out of Tennessee, but not a lot of people remember he started at Alabama.
He did, and got caught in that big mix of running backs at Bama. And they like those bigger, thicker runners, those guys who can break down defenses through the middle. Alvin Kamara ended up leaving Alabama, going to a junior college for a while. I believe he went to Hutchinson Junior College before matriculating at Tennessee and finding his way to the NFL, where he is now a star.
It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain of 39 that time.
Here we go.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 23. Breeze now on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's 2nd down.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Yeah, this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. And he's got it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Gotta figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal. Now Breeze. Now Breeze lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
We'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, Ryan. And he's going to go down again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
Yeah, difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Eluding the pressure right. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. The Saints on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Breeze. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Breeze to another long-time vet, Ginn, for the New Orleans first. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw is Breeze.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Breeze now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Ready. Waiting.
On 1st down, Breeze. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Breeze to throw on 2nd down. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand.
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints get a bit closer. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Lutz with the extra point. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a 2-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to fashion together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half. Now Ryan on 2nd down. Now he's forced out left. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Ryan. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
Here's Matt Bosher now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Ready. 90. Here we go. Got it. Good set.
Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They go play action here on 1st down. Now he's flushed out left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Well, my initial thought was that maybe he was just trying to blindly throw this one away, and maybe he was. But he's going to get away with it because as he tried to throw it over the left sideline there's a receiver right there in the area. So no grounding call.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Good set. Wait.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Breeze. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Here we go.
And this now 3rd and 11 after that 2nd down completion actually went back a yard. Again, it's Breeze. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They run. It's Kamara. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Ready.
Now Breeze, got to have this one. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And it'll be a turnover on downs. This is Coleman. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The Falcons on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Ryan. He'll rifle this one deep right and intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. Two-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. That's caught by Meredith right side. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And 15 yards there on the catch and run. Breeze now on 1st down. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Time for a break.
Here we go.
We'll come back and see this one out after this. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
20.
Ryan wants to throw it. Now he'll let it go deep down the left. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Let's go.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
In on the tackle, Alex Okafor.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
21.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. It'll go as a gain of 9, and that should write an ending to this one. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Falcons, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll have another home date next week as the Cincinnati Bengals come to town. Meanwhile, for the Saints, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.